Hi, hello, I'm Aubrey, and welcome to the Joy Knits podcast, and my little corner of the internet where there's not enough time for my time-consuming hobbies. Simba is gracing us with his presence and meowing as Max is hunting birds from the window over here, if that is what we will be hearing today. Yeah, and I also have a very nice mug that I got from Flock Fiber Festival last August. I can't remember who I got it from, but it has a very lovely sentiment on it, and it's my favorite mug ever. Well, one of my favorite mugs. So, let's get into it. I haven't podcasted in a while because I was busy and went on vacation or on a cruise to Cozumel and Progresso. I will put up some photos here. I am now tan to my liking. Still very pale, but tan enough. First off, I am wearing my Firth sweater by Rebecca Clow. Heavily modified to be like on a 5mm gauge. It is in Farmer Daughter Fiber and Bencycle. Their like collaboration in the color York and their worsted superwash base, plus Fiber MacGyver's Surrey base, and I think it's one of a kind. It's this very lovely like teal emerald green color. I love the rib details here, and it's a set-in sleeve. I did do the cap sleeve here, and that's why there's a little bit of puckering here. I should have, if I could know in the future, I would have just done a straight sleeve because this is very drop shoulder compared to what it's supposed to be, the set-in sleeve. But I love it. It keeps me very warm, but despite the superwash quality, I think having the Surrey in here keeps it really warm. And in my craft room here today, it is always warm, but it is very cold outside. So yeah, let's jump right into it. I have 2 finished objects and a couple works in progress, and then a bajillion acquisitions. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so for my first finished object is a t-shirt that I've been working on. It is the Ranunculus, and I made this in, what was it? Tumalo fiber. This smells like the cruise, because I brought this on the cruise and actually wore it for one of the days. It smells like sunscreen. Yeah, kind of smells like sunscreen in my suitcase. But it's a cotton and linen blend, and I could not for the life of me figure out how to do the sizing for this. So I couldn't even tell you what I did, but it's a very wide boat neck here. I did short rows in the back, but not in the front. I do love the eyelet part here. And then for the sleeves, I added the pearl detail along with twisted rib. Did stockinette, twisted rib, and then twisted rib on the bottom here. The twisted rib was a pain in my ass, to be honest, on this like fiber. And I did do it on a 3.75mm gauge or needle. And I really like it. I kind of wish I could have done these pearl bumps right here. Like, so it would kind of match, but it fits really well. I probably could have gone a little bit more on the body, but I had 3 skeins of this, and I used up all 3 skeins. I think I have like a tiny little bit left. Can't remember how much, but yeah, that's it. It's very nice. The sleeves are like the tiniest bit tight, but that's totally fine. I expect this to start draping and kind of loosen out whenever I wear it, but the only thing is that it's like a very wide boat neck, without like touching the mic, but it's already like right here to me. So it's pretty a wide boat neck, but it looked good when I had bathing suits on as like a cover up, but yeah, very nice. And kind of like, I really wanted to finish it for the cruise, and I only wore it once, but that's totally fine. I have all summer to wear it. And then this one, disclaimer, I'm not pregnant. I don't plan on being pregnant for a hot minute. And there are no babies in my life that this is going to, but I just wanted to work on this. So this is the Emma's Knappebody or Emma's bodysuit. I will put up the designer, but it is in the 1 month size, but probably will fit like 2 to 3 months maybe. It is in Lion Branch Trubu, which is like the cotton and bamboo blend. And I can't remember what color it is, but I only used one skein. This is literally all I have left, minus the like majority of the skeins or the ends that I cut off. But yeah, this is all I have. It's like 2 grams, and this weighs 96.5 grams. And it has, like, before I put the buttons on, and it has 10 buttons. The only thing I will say, it doesn't tell you like where to put your buttons. It just says to place them basically. And I had 10 of these buttons. I was like, you know what, might as well just put them all in. And I think it looks really nice. So the body is on 3.5 millimeter needles, and all of these finishings are 1x1 rib on 3 millimeter needles with an Italian cast off here. That was annoying as hell because every single finishing is Italian cast off. This was the cast on, like cast off, cast off. Like every single finishing is an Italian cast off. Which, hey, if you want to practice that, this is the project for you. But it is so freaking adorable. I love it. And I have a whole bunch more of this Trubu stuff in my stash. I have it in a like dark rose pink, a hot like pale pink, a silver gray, and then like a really warm beige and another one of these. So I could make multiples and multiple sizes of this. I did have 2 of this dark brown, or 3 maybe. I'm not really sure how much I have, but it is supposed to have like long sleeves, but I only did short sleeves because again, I only wanted to use like 1 ball of yarn. Oh, hi Simba. But yeah, I love it. Who knows about the practicality with the amount of buttons I added on here? Hey, no, no, no. Okay, apologies. Simba attacked my microphone. But yeah, who knows about the practicality of these, but I love the buttons I chose. These are from Joann's before they went out of business. They look like little coffee beans. It is so freaking adorable. I think one leg might be a little bit, like this leg might be a little bit tighter than this one. But yeah, it is adorable. And it, again, 1x1 rib. This is going to be sitting in my like finished objects area for a while until I want to gift it or use it for whenever me and my boyfriend do have children in the far future. I wanted to say far and near, whatever. Um, but yeah, this is absolutely adorable, and we will see. I kind of like, I just want to like borrow a baby to see if this fits, to be honest, but we will wait. And I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, this is the Emma's bodysuit, and I will put the designer up here. Okay, so on to whips. This one is my take on the Sophie scarf. Sorry, I have to keep an eye on Simba because he will attack me for this yarn. I'm doing my take on the Sophie scarf, and this was a birthday cast on, actually. This is Cardiff Cashmere, and I can't remember what color it is, but it's this brown tweed base or brown tweed color. And like, if you look at this, this is not what. Oh, hey, that's my coffee, sir. Say hi. Say hi. Hey, nope. Okay. Anyways, normally I don't let them in here when I film, but you know, I was feeling gracious today, and that's not going well. Um, this definitely doesn't look like what the balls come in because that one that we just said hi to, Simba, I came home from work one day and it was all over my living room, like in pieces. Not in pieces, but like just everywhere. So I had to like roll it back up into whatever this is now. Um, Not too bad if I say so myself, because I was already doing like an outside pull. Um, so what I am doing for this, I was gonna do the Stay Toasty scarf by Kudavakika or Veronica Lindbergh, but I couldn't for the life of me figure out the cast on, and I was literally going into work in a couple of minutes when I was casting this on, and I was like, I just need something easy. So I believe I did. So it's a 3-stitch I-cord here, plus 2 stitches, I believe. Yes, because then I did a knit front and back and a knit front and back on either stitch to increase by 1, or is another 3. Can't entirely tell. But then every 8, um, no, every 6 ridges, because it's just garter stitch, every 6 ridges I'm increasing by 1 on either side to get this triangle. And I have 2 balls of the Cardiff cashmere. So I'm going to go up until I have maybe a couple grams left of this, and then I'll start decreasing. That way it'll be like my makeshift Sophie scarf. Because honestly, I was like, I am pretty advanced for a knitter, and I don't feel the need to buy the Sophie scarf or even the like hood or shawl pattern just to get the repeat for a couple of rows when I'm obviously doing it okay by myself, and so yeah. I haven't worked on this in a hot minute, but I did. It's just very nice and mindless, and I'm going to be needing some mindless stuff soon because my previous podcast, I had just gotten into nursing school, so that actually starts in a couple of weeks. Or not in my podcast, previous video before this of Week in Knitting. I did get into nursing school, and that starts in a couple of weeks. And so I'm going to need like the mindless stuff um, to work on. That way, during lectures or during studying or whatever, um, because I don't know what I'm going to do during your school and when I'm not going to be able to like knit the entire day away and have to set aside the majority of it to study. So, yeah, we will see how this comes along next podcast. I am literally almost done with my Monica sweater. I have two sleeves, and I am currently working on the body ribbing here. Again, one by one, and it's actually looking really good so far. I love the color work on this, and I love my collar details here. It's like one of my favorite parts. Just the detail here, and then the double or the folded collar. The sleeves are like the slightest bit too long for my liking, but it was a pain in the ass to figure out the math to get the color work to work for all of the sizes. Plus, I like a long sleeve or like a long ribbing here, and this is a tubular bind off and sleeve color work, and it is tapered, a tapered sleeve here. So yeah, I'm almost done with it. I am still working on the pattern, and I'm hoping to be able to finish that and then get a call for testers and market and all of marketing the pattern and all that stuff. And then I also have to figure out how much yarn I used because I did have to buy a couple more skeins. No, that is hanging. That's not a track, Simba. I have had to, with the new skeins, they're different dye lots, of course, and they're mainly on the body here. That line right here is just from tension, I think from when I picked it back up, but I don't think we can see a dye lot difference, and that is freaking amazing. Because I was so worried about it. I did try it on. The sleeves are fairly oversized compared to the body, but the body is also not as oversized as my first sweater here, but oversized enough that like it complements each other. Like yes, the sleeves are a little bit big, to be honest, but I don't know how to say this. Like I can't figure out like the right words. It's like I said, like the body and the sleeves complement each other. The body isn't crazy oversized, where like the drop shoulder is like to here. It's, you know, right where this drop shoulder is. Um, and so it's not too big of a body, but the sleeves are a little bit long. But that it works, you know? I don't know what that was, but it works. So yeah. Um, I'm hoping to get photos and pattern and testers in the next couple of months, but like I just said, nursing school starts in a couple of weeks, and I know since I have tested it myself for other people's patterns, the first couple of weeks are like the most intense and the most communication between testers and the designer, and finding like the little tweaks in the pattern that we need to fix. So I'm trying to think of when is a good timeline to start the testament where people will want to work on a woolly sweater, or and like the duration of it, and then the like release date and all of that. So just trying to figure all of that out at the same time is a little like cumbersome, hard, difficult, but I am loving designing this, and it's kind of what I want to do as well as be a nurse. So yeah, I'm loving dipping my toes into it. But yeah, we are almost done with this. Um, and this is my second to last ball. I have one more. I think I'll be able to finish this and then tap into the last one a little bit to get the ribbing done, and then we'll be done. But yeah, that's my Monica sweater. Very lovely, crumpled, as we can see. Next is a summer design. Again, this is a design I'm working on myself, or huh? A design I am designing myself. So in my week of knitting video, I said that I wanted to come up with a tank top that would be very customizable to bust size, and I believe I did that. I wasn't able to figure out, like I was kind of nervous about the shaping of it. So there's not like there's 19 sizes. I think going from 28 to 64-inch bust, and it's supposed to have like -1 inch to, or no, -1/2 inch to +1/2 inch ease. So not much ease, and it's supposed to be tight fitting. And so the sizes are in like 2-inch increments. Again, from 28 to 64, I believe. If I am wrong, I will put it up here on the screen. But I think I'm okay. I'm positive about that. But it is a square neck cami. I'm calling it my Daisy cami because I have a dog home in Florida named Daisy. Um, and it doesn't look like anything right now. So yeah, we have straps. We work on straps first, and then we have increases here. It is in 2x2 rib, and a I don't want to say much about it because I want you to buy the pattern and work on it. But it is on 2.75 millimeter needles, so it's a very small gauge, but I think it looks really nice. Um, and this is in Knitting for Olive Cotton Merino, in this dusty, you can see that, in this blue whale color, I believe it is. I really am liking this so far. I believe I can't remember what size. I think I'm working on size 6, which is for a 38-inch bust, I believe. Um, but yeah, that is what this is becoming right now. It's not much, but like I said, I wanted this to be like customizable to bust size. So having the 19 sizes, um, like I think checks that off. And yeah, and then also with it being 2x2 rib, it's gonna stretch and block out very nice. I am a little nervous here on the front. It looks really good on camera, but in person you can kind of see where like it's just the stitches kind of lean different ways. So I'm a little nervous about what it's going to look like in the round. Excuse me. But yeah, so it's just a normal increase here. Yeah, square neck, and this is going to be for the back. Um, I meant, yeah. So this is the front right now, and then the back is where the provisional cast on is here. That way we can have a good pickup on the back. I kind of meant to do the back first, but then I just was really excited to get going, and I was like, oh well, you know what? We're on the front, whatever. And it's somewhat the same construction. It's just the increases are different. But yeah, I'm excited to be working on this summer. Um, I am really hoping that having 19 sizes is um, like, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Enticing to knitters. And checks off that size inclusive box, but also like, you're working towards your bust size and getting the fit that you want with this gauge. I forget what gauge this is, but it's small on 2.75 millimeter needles. But yeah, I want, like, as a designer, I want to be size inclusive. I want people to like want to knit my patterns, um, and not have to worry about the size inclusive stuff. And I'm putting all this time and effort into basically teaching myself how to design, to construct, to grade, to write patterns. And so yeah, I really hope that this one will be good. Um, I also hope it looks good. That's like the main thing. I'm kind of worried that like the strap here, since it's just straight up square, that I probably should have added like the increases here to have it more of like a rounded square, if that makes sense. But we'll see how that looks. I could always switch the sides and say, oh, I'm working on the back, and then do that for the front or something. Maybe. We'll see. The next one I am working on is a test knit. This is the Westport Pullover by Ellisknitwear or MJ Knits. I It is a lovely all over cable and textured sweater. I am almost done with the body. I just need to add some ribbing, but I put it on hold just in case I wanted to add more length to it. Whenever I do finish the collar and the sleeves, I'm just waiting on Ellis to get back to me because this test knit is in parts, and I just finished the second part, and so now I'm just waiting on getting the collar part and the sleeve part. I am knitting size 2. This is on 5 millimeter needles. Again, all over cables, but it is actually so therapeutic. Um, you can see a little bit like on the flat parts here. This leaning cable is a little weird, but then once I got to the body, I don't have that. And it's not that noticeable in person other than like on the screen when you're looking for it. Um, but yeah, it's really nice. I'm kind of in my like brown neutral phase at the moment because I want everything to be in like a neutral color. Not too bright, not too crazy out there. I do love the crazy out there colors, but there's like a time and place to wear them, and I find it hard to pair them with stuff like other than just jeans. Because it's like, okay, what's going to be my statement piece of my outfit? Is it going to be my cardigan and the color, or is it going to be the cables on it, or the pattern, or all that stuff? There's so much stuff that goes into knitting and designing, and also just figuring out what you want to make and see if it works with how your head has it, like imagines it. But yeah, I'm loving this. I'm very much in like a cable craze. I want to cast on everything cables, but I also know I love a good stockinette project and I can fly through that really quickly. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping this will be a finished object in the next podcast because the deadline for this is mid-April or the end of April. And like I said, school starts in just a couple of weeks. And I really would like this to be done before I start school, just so I'm not stressed on the deadline of this and then also trying to figure out my way of studying for nursing school. So yeah, this will be what I will be working on once I get those other parts or the last part of this pattern. I brought this on the cruise with me, and I only made a little bit of progress, but the majority of it was on the flight back, ironically. So, and it is in Wool of the Andes Bulky in the color Camel Heather. It's this really nice um, medium toned brown with a little bit like heather is in the name. Um, yeah, so it's not like all over just beige medium brown, but it has some depth to it, and I love it. And also, my hair is fairly brown, and so going with browns, I just have to be weary of is my hair gonna blend into it? I do have like some blonde bits at the end, but I think we're good. But yeah, that is my Westport pullover. Um, I'm not entirely sure when it will be released, but we're still in testament. But yeah, I'm loving it so far. I tried it on last night, and I can put a clip up of me trying it on, and I really like the length of it. I think it's going to block out beautifully. The cables are already beautiful, so I am loving this so far. Okay, next I'm going to be talking about my slew of acquisitions. First off is I did get the 52 Weeks of Sweaters by Lina Publishing. I really like it. I think there's a couple in here that I would knit, um, especially color work. I'm just in a like color work mood or cable mood. I remember, oh, I just saw it. The Cassia by Emily Chen. Woo! Cassia by Emily Chen. I applied for this test knit but didn't get in, and I absolutely loved it. It has a cabled, detailed saddle shoulder. Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to show this properly. Um, yeah, cable, whatever. um, yeah, it has a really beautiful cabled saddle shoulder detail. I really like it. I'm just a little scared about because I did see the testers' photos, and it doesn't look like the cable design changed at all for the larger sizes. So it's just a tiny little bit of like a shoulder detail here, which is nice for like the minimalist. But you know, I love a good cable. But yeah, I love that one. There's also the apple bloss one that's really popular. I think that's one of the most popular ones here. Um, yeah, that one. That's really pretty. I'm not sure if I could pull that off though, color work wise, but the one that I would like to do, here it is. The Abbey Road by Vanessa Cameradad. I have a light blue and like the gingerbread color from the Woolberry Fiber Co. coming in a couple months, and I wouldn't mind making that sweater out of this, or this sweater out of those colors, the light blue and like medium brown color. And then I'm trying to figure out what base color I want. Do I wanna? I don't think I could go with like the almond color here, just because that gingerbread color is very medium, warm leaning brown. So I'm also thinking of like, oh, do I go dark brown? um, could probably do that. Um, yeah, or I could do like a navy or a black or a white, go basic with that, or gray. But I also have a lot of gray sweaters in my queue and then I want to knit. So we will see what that becomes. But yeah, this was a Valentine's gift from my boyfriend because he bought me an e-spinner for my birthday, which was a week later after Valentine's. And it finally just came in because they had to print and all that stuff. But yeah, I love it, and I'm I don't know how many I'm going to be knitting out of this, but I also just love it for decoration. But yeah, this is the 52 Weeks of Sweaters. And then another book I got for my birthday is the Vogue Knitting Ultimate Stitch Dictionary book. I love it. I've already gone through it, but I want to go through it again and just pick out which ones I want to do. What can I combine? I love the cable section. So what it looks like is just like this. You have the photo of it, and then you have the pattern. And it comes with, or the patterns that you get is the knit and purl texture ones, color work, cables, lace, and edgings. So there's 5 like chapters. Edgings are more of like, that's lace. Edgings are more of like this, like literally the edge of blankets or whatever. I love it. And the color work, I'm also a sucker for color work. I love my basic knits, but I also love my super intricate knits. Love it. And I know I'm saying a lot. I am so sorry. Love it. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back through this and mark what patterns I like. I already have an idea of doing like a sweater design, but I'm also like, what yarn can I use? Because the yarn I want to use is discontinued. And I know it's not really a good idea to design something with discontinued yarn, because people want to use like the recommended yarn because, you know, you like what that looks like, you like the design and the yarn that they chose or the designer chose. So yeah, we will see about that idea, but yeah, I love it. It's gigantic. And I also ordered the other Vogue knitting one, not the Stitch Dictionary, but like the technique book on Amazon, and I'm still waiting for that to come in because I think they were like out of stock on Amazon, so I will get it whenever it's back in stock. Next, I did an order at Holland Hoof Farm Artisan Buttons. I got, does it say what these are? Okay. So I got the Rustic Ohio Squares. This is the navy color. The brown, and I'm planning on using this for my book club cardigan, which is also in a brown. And then I think this is just their normal Ohio Star ones, but I just got an assorted color. Sorry, my hand is shaking from the coffee. So I got their navy, the lime green, the red, the teal, and the yellow. And I think this is probably one of my favorite. I might just hang it up because it is so beautiful. And art. But yeah, I got these buttons. The navy ones, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to use for yet. But yeah, we got some very nice buttons. I've been wanting to buy these like forever. So when I saw on Instagram that they had an in-stock update coming up, freaking bought these. Next is Sorella. So, excuse me, they had an oopsie sale or leftover sale, which is in one pack you get 4 skeins of whatever base that you choose from them, and you send in with your order, you send in an order note as you're checking out to kind of say like what color palette you would like, and or if you like certain colors. So I said I wanted something that gave Taylor Swift's Midnight's album and that I love the color Bejeweled that they have. I got Bejeweled. It's this very lovely rainbow speckles. It's just a lot of fun. Um, yeah, I think this like sums up a kind of Lover, but also like the Bejeweled video and just like the Eras tour in general because I don't know, it brings me joy and it's colorful and I love it. I ordered their nylon sock base, which is an 80-20 blend, and love it. Look at that. And then I got, what color is this? Mastermind. And then Lavender Haze, which is this lovely purple color. And then Midnights, which is this lovely navy color. So in total, this is the color palette. I think they did an amazing job because this is everything from Midnights. These are all the songs from them, but it's adorable. Other than Bejeweled, because it kind of stands out, but you know, I love it. And, you know, navy or blue. Yeah, navy blue is like Taylor Swift's color for Midnights. Or was it purple? No, purple Speak Now. So, yeah, this very much gives Midnights. I love the navy. And I already have it planned in a stripe pipe sweater that's literally all hand dyed yarn. Um, but I want to cast that on so bad, but I know I have to like wait a little bit because again, nursing school is coming up and I literally have a queue of like 20 plus sweaters in my head before I can cast that on. Even though I would love to cast it on right now because it's stockinette. But yeah, and I'm also trying not to cast on this bejeweled yarn to make a socks right now because in that Woolberry Fiberco order that I mentioned, I got sock yarn to make socks for Christmas for my entire family. There's only 3 of them because we're a family of 4. But I'm like, oh my gosh, that's 3 pairs of socks. And 2 are going to be fingering weight. One's a DK weight for my dad. And so we will see. Plus nursing school, and it'll be like second quarter in the fall. So we will see when I get to any of this. But yeah, I love it so far, especially in this light. Oh my gosh, love. And then, of course, the Sunday Fiber Co. Of course, they were also doing like a leftover sale, like the same week as the Oopsie sale, and Hall and Huff. Like I spent so much money that week, and of course, they all came when I left, and so my boyfriend, he sent me a photo. I had a stack of packages, but I got 4 of their Surrey lace base in the color Night Fever. It's this really pretty dark, like navy color. Oh, it is so pretty. I got 4 of them. There's 2 already in my stash. Um, oh, I just love it. I wish I had gotten like I'm happy I bought these with their leftovers, but I also am like, holy crap, I kind of wish I bought some of their pre-orders. But at that time, I wasn't ready to spend hand dyed money, even though we just saw I spent a lot of money on hand dyed yarn, and I love hand dyed yarn. But yeah, I'm already planning on. So this green swatch is going to be for a design I'm making called the Lucky Me sweater. I explained that in my last video, but that's going to be a V-neck, and I'm planning on making this and getting like a maybe a knitting for olive in the navy color merino yarn to hold with this and make a crew neck version of the Lucky Me sweater and kind of do like what Rebecca Clow does and have them both in the pattern or in one listing. Excuse me. That way, it's the same stitch count essentially, but the neckline is just different. But I haven't even like started fully working on that project, so I can't say if it's going to be the same. But that is what I am striving for. So I got 4 of these, and I'm hoping it's enough because I love a Surrey. Love a Surrey. And then I got their Eco Sock base, which is 80% merino and 20% recycled nylon, which is also superwash. This is in Lemon Whip. It's a very pretty, again, lemon yellow, pale yellow. I love yellow so much. Since I'm tan, it actually looks really nice against my face, but when I'm pale, it washes me out. Like I'm almost as white as the freaking label to it, but it is so pretty. I don't know what I'm gonna make with this. I'm pretty sure it's, of course, gonna be socks. But then I also got Olive My Love, an Eco Sock. Again, an olivey color. Oh, the variations in this is beautiful. Um, yeah, it's amazing. I am going to be using or pairing this with this color for that stripe pipe sweater, along with a darker yellow and then a brown and a like mauve pink. So it's going to be Sorella's the navy, so Sunday Fiber Co. the green, Grazer's Fibers is the yellow, Bad Sheep Farm is the dark brown, and then Sorella again is that mauve color. Can't remember what color that is because I think it was a one of a kind yarn from again Sorella at Flock Fiber Festival. So I'm itching to cast that on. I actually might, but we will see. Because this swatchboard I use as like my inspiration, and I there's so many things that I want to cast on. I want to cast this yellow one on. It is the sweater number 15 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. So that, like, I wanted to cast it on months ago so that I could wear it to my first day of school and kind of show and like do the icebreaker stuff of like, hi, I'm Aubrey, and my favorite thing to do is knit, hence the sweater I'm wearing. So, kind of wish I had had that made, but I already plan on wearing the sweater for the first day of school. But yeah, we will see what I can cast on. And I have plenty of yarn, so I don't need any more. I actually wanted to go to Fiber West this past weekend, but it was just gonna be me, and I was like, you know what? I have enough fiber. Oh my gosh, I forgot to show you one. Wait, I knew I was forgetting something. I got I'm in the Little Fiber Co. Season Club, and this one is the spring, the first one of spring. So she does it every month, and in like the quarters of the seasons. And this is cottage core in their BFL fiber base. Oh, it is so freaking cute. And then this is kind of her like inspiration card that she has, and I think it actually matches perfectly. Oh, love. I can't believe I forgot about this. Yeah, I would love to cast this on. I actually would love a hat out of this. Um, my boyfriend ditched me and went snowboarding today, and he's wearing my Melt the Ice hat. And so, yeah, I think I need to start spinning and making more hats. But oh, this is amazing. I would totally start spinning, but again, I have so much on my plate at the moment. I kind of can't spin, even though I would love to. Um, yeah, I'm kind of in like that nesting phase of getting everything done before school starts. Um, but yeah, this is the cottage core. And I also got there a couple months ago. I got their purple, what was that, like winterberry base in American Rainbow Light. And then I changed my subscription to getting their like merino fingering for the next couple. So we will see what that comes, because I was like, I can't spin up all of this, and I don't know what I could put it into. So I was like, you know what, let me just get a fingering base to maybe make socks or put it into a sweater. So yeah. Oh, it's just so pretty. I love like the colors. Love. Anyways, that was it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I always forget to mention this in the beginning. Give a like and subscribe if you like this content and if you enjoy watching me. We will see how um, regular I can do the videos during nursing school. But again, this is just another hobby of mine, and to be able to talk about my knitting other than to my boyfriend and my mom. So, yeah, if you enjoyed watching, give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below of what you were working on while watching this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.